I still had another year and a half, and like he said, COVID has hit.
Yeah.
So not only is it COVID, I've been at a violent prison that's been locked down because of violence, but then now we're locked down because of a rare, contagious pandemic that's going on. On top of that, okay, Chris, you don't have life no more. You're not maximum security no more. You're actually camp status, but we're not going to send you to a camp even though it's right across the parking lot. COVID is going on. We're just going to throw you in the hole.
Ugh.
So they put me in the hole, and the hole is why we call it that. It is literally the jail inside the prison, and it is very torturous. You can't see outside. There's no windows or nothing. You can't have commissary. And unfortunately for me, because I was technically a different security level, I couldn't have a cellie, and they put me in the only single-man cell they had, and it was flooded.
Oh,
and so literally it's like 3 inches of water in this cell.
Fuck it.
Exactly.
Ugh.
And, but dedication, determination, and discipline had got me where I was at, so I refused to give up my strict regimen and routine, which was waking up, I'm going to defecate, clean myself up, work out. After I work out, clean myself up, and then read. And so I'm doing push-ups in this flooded cell.
Oh, my God.
Not knowing I'm getting myself sick. I'm figuring I'm going to get sick, but I can't stop my routine because it's how I get through the days.
Yeah.
But you articulate it is psychologically dangerous to be isolated like that, yeah?
Exactly.
I mean, you've been in some journeys in your head, I'm sure, that I can't really relate to.
Yeah, it's that's actually why I loved Hamlet so much when I finally read it. When I finally read Hamlet, I happened to be in the hole a different time for a different scenario. And that to be or not to be, I bounced it around for what it could mean or not mean so many different ways and so many different times for so many different days while I was going through that stint of being in the hole. Because, man, I really think he was questioning, am I a man or am I a coward? Am I a killer or am I not a killer? Mm-hmm. Should I be a killer? Should I not? Should I kill myself or should I kill my uncle? Like, the question can be perceived in so many different angles, in different ways.
Oh, man.
And you decide to start writing this memoir in there, yeah?
Yes. I was in the hole, and just like speaking at my sentencing speech, I wanted the record to reflect my humanity. And so no record can reflect it better than my own words.
Yeah.
So then, lo and behold, kind of shockingly, despite thinking you have probably 4 more years, because your sentence has been reduced to 14 years, at 10 years in,
10 years.
How do we get to Trump? How does that final push happen?
Through the people closest to him. Miss Alice Marie Johnson, who Kim had advocated for before me, Ivanka, Jared. So, despite that family and what anybody might think of them, it was some people, a part of that family that really spoke up in my favor. And I really appreciate them.
Yeah.
And look at Miss Alice now. Miss Alice now is the first pardon czar in American history, despite serving 22 years herself and then getting released. And so, yes, that last push effort was by the people closest to him. They was like, you've been told about this case. We know about this case, and you're finna leave. And why not use the power that only the president has? Literally, only the president of the United States of America could put that pen to that paper and say, okay, this is completely forgiven. Let them go.
Yeah.
Where's the exact moment? I'm sure it's etched into your mind where you hear the news.
I can tell you play by play.
Yeah.
I'm in a better cell. I just got done doing my workout. Just took my shower, and I'm hungry. I am laying in the bed, cold and hungry, and waiting on the tray because there's no commissary in the hole, but we know what time of day they feed, and I am waiting on lunch. I need to stay occupied to keep from thinking about how hungry I am. Yeah. So I pick up the most recent printouts that Brittany has sent me because I had asked her for specifically something I wanted to read about, and she sent it to me. And it was about gene editing, to be exact. So I'm reading about the gene editing, the latest progress with CRISPR and the other technologies.
Which, by the way, sickle cell, that's the end game that's the solution for sickle cells, CRISPR.
It is and it isn't. Because I have the SC version, if you remember at the beginning of the conversation, right now, because they're only in the trial stages and it's so expensive. It's $2 to $3 million per treatment.
Yeah,
They are only doing trial phases with the SS version and not the SC version.
Roger.
Despite my bones deteriorating, me having artificial hips, needing artificial shoulders, and my tailbone deteriorating too, I don't have that particular version. Right. So I don't meet the criteria to get
today.
But yeah, maybe one day, yeah.
Exactly.
But there was no technology that was even going to spell an end to sickle cell until that.
Exactly. And to fully put it into context, it's excruciatingly painful, and for decades, people have stereotyped and judged people with sickle cell anemia, believing they're just trying to get high. They just want pain medicine. They're drug seekers, as some doctors have actually phrased it.
Yeah.
And that is not the case. They're dealing with a level of pain that most people couldn't fathom, couldn't even begin to believe. If you've ever been shot or felt a tattoo or been hit by a car, like, multiply that. It might sound outrageous, but multiply that pain, and that is a sickle cell crisis.
And over your whole body.
Oh, thank you. Exactly. Exactly.
Not acute to anyone's place you could attempt to ignore or distract from.
So I'm sitting here reading about this, and as you can only imagine, wondering one day, will I get it? Will I be able to get my sickle cell eliminated? And I'm letting her read, and Lieutenant Franks, if you're listening to this, he's going to laugh and say, I remember it like it was yesterday, but Lieutenant Franks is a lieutenant at USP Beaumont, and he's a prankster, a jokester, for lack of a better word. He's a hard ass. Like, he's one of them ones that's quick to lock you up, but he's also one of them ones that wants to crack jokes, if you can only imagine a person like that.
Yeah.
So he came to my door, and immediately I can tell he's like in a jovial mood, and he's like, Young, you want to go home? I'm like, what's up, Franks, man? Why don't play with me? I don't play with you. You know what I'm saying? I show you respect.
Take your joke somewhere else.
Exactly. Take your joke somewhere else. Exactly. I'm hungry. Where the trays at? I was like, where the trays at? So he laughed, and he was like, no, I'm serious. You want to go home? I'm like, Franks, who don't want to go home? Every person in this prison wants to go home, including y'all that's getting ready to go home when your shift ends. You want to go home right now, too. And he was like, well, come on. I'm like, go on, Franks. And he laughed again, and he stuck the key in the door. So when he stuck the key in the door, I'm like, this is something that can get him fired. He ain't gonna play that hard, you know what I'm saying? And he turned it. I said, oh, shit. I jumped up out the bed, and so I go to the door. He said, you know you gotta cuff up. I said, you serious? He said, I'm serious, man. You finna go home. Wow. Man, I hurried up and turned around. I couldn't believe it. I get to shaking a little bit. So I go and cuff up, but I still don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And then when they take me in the office and they say, you got to sign this. And when I look down at the paper, I seen that presidential seal is gold, is shining on the paper. And then I seen that D and that T. I mean, I was ecstatic. I was elated. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I thought this was over with. You know what I'm saying? They didn't let me go. Brittany had went to the United States White House 3 times in the year 2018. And I know for a fact my name was brought up all 3 times, not to mention Kim bringing up my name, not to mention Judge Sharp bringing up my name, and all the other advocates. And here it is, January 20th, 2021. And I'm looking down at a paper that is telling me to release me immediately. And I was like, man, like yes.
Wow.
Nervous system on max.
Holy shit, yeah. What
Best
a
feeling
moment.
of your entire life, maybe?
I will admit I've never felt a high like that. And I've only tried a few drugs, but, no ecstasy, no marijuana, no Remy Martin could make me feel how I felt at that moment. And when I truly walked out the doors, like when I really felt that fresh air on my face and really saw Brittany standing in that parking lot.
God.
And to be fair, I'm feeling nothing but happiness at this moment. But Brittany helped me put everything into the equation. As we're driving, she was telling me, process it all the way. And I'm like, what you mean? Like, I'm smiling, I'm happy, I feel good. She was like, yeah, but that's the thing. Like, it's a range of emotions and don't run from them. Yeah. Embrace them all. And she said, do you want to hear some music? She know how much I love music. Yeah. I said, yeah. And she told the driver to cut on a song she knew I had always said I wanted to hear when I get released. and it was Lil Boosie's True Soldier. And the whole song is rapping about people in prison. And immediately I started crying. And I'm not talking about just a few tears down my face. I'm talking about that gasping for air, snot coming out your nose. Yes, exactly.
The nervous system letting down.
Exactly.
10 years later. My God.
And it wasn't just a cry for me. It was a cry for Big Mama. She had died while I was locked up. It was a cry for Mickey. He had died while I was locked up. It was a cry for my granddaddy. He had died while I was locked up. It was a cry for a few homeboys that got murdered while I was locked up. And it was a cry for the people I had to leave behind.
Yeah.
It was so many people I had just spent this decade with that I love and revere and look at like friends and family now.
Yeah.
And they still have life sentences, 35 years, 40 years. And I'm like, damn, I wish I could take y'all with me. I wrestled because I'm like, it's people that's incarcerated that didn't do nothing. Like literally didn't do nothing, but had people lie on them, whether it be the police officer or witness, and I did sell dope. You know, no ifs and a buts about it. I tried to sell as much crack and cocaine as I could get sold. And I know that's destructive. And I accepted that I was causing harm. But I'm also getting showed empathy, sympathy, compassion. And so I had to wrestle a little bit because that dynamic of I did do something, but I didn't do nothing worthy of killing me. Like literally, I have a death sentence. Like I am supposed to stay in this cage until I'm pronounced deceased. That is crazy.
It's crazy.
So that's what helped me get over it too, because I'm like, I didn't do nothing worthy of dying. Even people, Brian Stevenson said, every person is worth more than the worst thing they've ever done, or something like that. I might be butchering this quote, but like I know people that have murdered people and did less time, and I gave someone something they wanted. True enough that substance was destructive, but you know, we didn't lock John Pemberton up, and you know, he put cocaine in Coca-Cola for decades, and you know, Albert Neiman, he was the first to isolate it. This is a plant that has been existing on Earth for a long time. I didn't create cocaine, and I ain't bring no cocaine to this country, you know, and so I was blessed to get that level of empathy, sympathy, and compassion shown to me.